The northern Gaza Strip remained relatively calm throughout the week. IDF occasionally launched artillery and air strikes on Palestinian-controlled areas. At the same time, Israeli forces launched a localized operation in the 𝐈𝐬𝐫𝐚 neighborhood, where they advanced to the college grounds. Palestinian groups responded with mortar attacks on Israeli positions. In the central part of the enclave, the Israelis again targeted Hamas-controlled localities. A series of strikes hit Nuseirat, where one of the dead was the head of the town. On Tuesday, IDF units launched an offensive toward Bureij. Near the outskirts of the camp, the Israelis conducted engineering operations to destroy Hamas infrastructure. 2 days later, the IDF expanded its zone of operations to the outskirts of Deir al-Balah. In Nuseirat, IDF launched another headline-making strike on a school with refugees. 40 people were killed and over 70 wounded. In Rafah, Israeli troops occupied the entire Philadelphia corridor and destroyed several Hamas tunnels that were discovered. The Palestinians responded with mortar attacks and sorties in the urban area. After completing part of the operations, the IDF advanced into the Al-Barazil neighborhood, where they occupied some of the facilities. Hamas militants showed little activity in this area, retreating deep into the built-up areas. Another notable event in the southern enclave was a Palestinian sortie through a tunnel to the Kerem Shalom checkpoint. The exchange of fire killed 3 of the 4 attackers, as well as 1 IDF soldier. In the West Bank, law enforcement operations continued unabated in several localities. Israeli special forces detained protesters as well as Hamas-affiliated residents. Despite claims of violent resistance and IED bombings, Israeli security forces most often carried out missions with few casualties. Memorials of dead members of Palestinian resistance factions were destroyed. The situation on the Lebanese-Israeli border has somewhat escalated. Hezbollah increased the intensity of shelling of IDF facilities. The Israeli Air Force increased the number and depth of strikes on the territory of southern Lebanon. Hezbollah strikes caused widespread fires in northern Israel and the occupied Golan Heights. The fires could not be extinguished for several days because Israeli firefighters could not use their aircraft due to the threat of Hezbollah air defense. The Lebanese group also successfully attacked an Iron Dome launcher near Ramat Naftali, disabling it with an ATGM strike. The IDF responded with a large number of strikes on various targets deep inside southern Lebanon.